lovely people, welcome to Joy Aramagi. On today's section, thank you to our followers, our returning viewers. If you're watching us for the first time, please give us a follow. Today we are talking about the pelvic floor muscles. Okay, so we have the deep pelvic floor muscles and the superficial pelvic floor muscles, but this video is going to tackle the superficial pelvic floor muscles. The superficial pelvic floor muscle is not as important as the deep pelvic floor muscles that lies over it. However, it's to provide some sort of support to the deep pelvic floor muscles. Okay, so you can see it's like a triangle, but look at something. We have the vulva here, so this is the clitoris. We have the urethra meatus, means that the urethra is continuous with that. We also have the vaginal orifice, meaning the vagina is also continuous with that, and we have the anus. Okay, so now the muscle fibers. This muscle fiber here is what we call the transverse perineal muscles. Transverse perineal muscles. So the transverse perineal muscle has its insertion from the ischial tuberosities, from this ischial tuberosities. Then it throws muscle fiber posteriorly towards the outlet. Okay, so we unite with its counterpart and also intermingle with what the superficial tissues of the perineal body here. Okay, then also throw some muscle fiber posteriorly to mingle with what the external anal sphincter here. Okay, now the transverse perineal muscles fix the perineum and also provide some support to the deep perineal muscles. When we leave the transverse perineal muscle, we go to what we call the bulbar cavernosus muscles. The bulbar cavernosus muscles leave here to here. So this is the bulbar cavernosus muscles. The bulbar cavernosus muscle has its insertion from the center of the perineum. Then it throws longitudinal fibers around or across or around both sides of the vagina, urethra, and ending the clitoris. I hope you get it. Yes. So as it's drawing the muscle fiber, it will encircle the vagina, it will encircle the urethra, then terminate in the body or the corpus of the clitoris. Now the anterior fibers here over the clitoris helps the clitoris to get erect during sexual activity. Okay, and at the point where the urethra pierces the pelvic floor muscles, at the distal end, the muscle fiber compresses it, okay, creating what we call the word membranous urethral sphincter. Then where the vagina is, the muscles that encircles it helps the vagina to get contracted during sexual intercourse. Okay, so the bulbar cavernosus muscles also provide support to the deep pelvic floor muscles. Now we have the ischial cavernosus muscles. So this is the ischial cavernosus muscles. It has this insertion from the ischial tuberosities as well. Then it shows one muscle fiber, longitudinal one, up. Then when it gets to this side, it will intermingle with the membranous urethral sphincter from the urethral area before it terminates into the clitoris. I hope you get it. Yeah. Now we come to the next muscle fiber, which is the anal sphincter. Anal sphincter is a ring muscle. Okay, it is formed by the unity or union between some of the superficial and the deep pelvic floor muscles to form this anal sphincter. Okay, now you see the rest of the triangle is filled with what we call the triangular ligament here, and also this part also is filled by the ilio and rectal fat. Okay, now the blood supply is from internal iliac artery and its corresponding vein. Okay, then lymphatic drainage is by the inguinal glands. Then the nerve supply too is from the third and fourth segment of the sacral plexus. I hope you get. So this is the superficial pelvic floor muscles. Stay tuned, we will bring you the deep pelvic floor muscles. Remember to like, comment, share, and give us a follow. Bye.